Have you ever felt your transmission hesitate or shift so hard it feels like someone just bumped into the back of your car? That frustrating experience might be caused by a P2744 code, which points to an intermittent problem with your transmission fluid temperature sensor B circuit. This little sensor is vital because the powertrain control module uses its data to manage everything from shift points to line pressure and even the torque converter, clutch operation. Most of these sensors are actually negative temperature coefficient thermistors, which is just a fancy way of saying that as your transmission fluid gets hotter, the resistance inside the sensor drops. It usually sits right in the transmission oil pan, waiting to send a voltage signal back to the computer based on a 5-volt reference. Since this code is intermittent, it can be a real pain to track down because the problem might disappear the moment you start testing. You might see your car go into limp mode or notice the check engine light flickering. To get to the bottom of it, you should use a scan tool to watch the live data for the transmission temperature. A cool trick is to disconnect the sensor and see if the value on your tool drops to a very low point, then use a jumper wire to see if it jumps to a maximum value. If it does, your wiring and the computer are likely fine, and the sensor itself is the culprit. However, if you do not see that 5-volt reference coming from the powertrain control module, or if you find an open circuit when testing for continuity with your digital multimeter, you have got a wiring or computer issue on your hands. Always check the ground side too, because a bad ground to the chassis can trick the computer into thinking the sensor is failing when it is actually just a loose wire. Addressing this early is a smart move before a simple sensor issue turns into a much more expensive transmission repair.